Hi, welcome back to Sober Science. We're recording the next part of our series today. Big day in the studio, also known as our living room where we live. So today's topic, something that I'm sure you all have a lot of questions about. Canadian provinces. Now, Emily, what do you know about Canadian provinces?
That they exist.
They do.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how many there are.
Now, this doesn't have to do with Canada, but I have to tell you have a dog hair on your lip right now.
Is it gone?
It is.
Okay.
It is, but it's disgusting.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's right here. I don't know much about Canada because I was born and raised in the United States, and so I went to school in the United States.
Darn right you were.
And they don't teach us a damn thing about Canada.
You were really too excited for that curse word that I gave you on the list of approved curses for this blog. But also, and why would they?
Yeah, why would they?
For why?
Yeah, I don't know the state capitals.
You really don't.
So,
could you name all 50 states?
Yes.
I disagree. You think you could sit down and name all 50 states?
I mean, I would not be able to do it on one of those like BuzzFeed quizzes where I have 3 minutes. Give me like 10 minutes and I could probably get them all.
I kind of want to do that after this.
Okay.
We'll see. So, Canadian provinces. All right.
How many we got?
Well, we're going to start with some FAQs, which is good speak for some frequently asked questions. So the first one, is Canada a country? Okay. Unfortunately, yes, it is. But it's like, what can you do? You know? Yeah. So the next frequently asked question we got was, but why? And nobody knows. That's not answered yet. How many states does Canada have? None. It has 10 provinces and 3 territories. So we can remember that because it's like Taylor Swift, like 13.
Oh, okay.
So it's like 10.
10 and 3. I don't know which one's which.
And then the final question is, why do I always think that Angry Beavers is a Canadian show?
Oh my gosh. You just unlocked a memory from my childhood.
Right? Like in my mind it's Canadian, but in reality it's not.
Are there beavers in America?
Yes.
Where do beavers live?
In America and Canada. We live near Beaver Creek. Do you think it was named after like a fictional animal they'd never heard of or seen before?
Yeah, there's places that are named after... Never mind. I don't know what the plural...
Yeah, let's go to Unicorn Falls next
I don't know
weekend.
what the plural for moose is. Moosin.
I'm pretty sure it's moose. I think it should be moosin though. Okay. You know that moose also exist in America.
Meese?
We're going to move on.
Okay.
Move on. Now, so the main difference between the provinces and the territories, okay, is that the provinces get all their powers and stuff from the Constitution Act. So they're kind of like independently wealthy, whereas your territories are like governed by the Parliament of Canada. So that's like their sugar daddy.
Okay.
Like
I don't get it. Wait, repeat that.
The provinces, there's like a constitution, right, that gives them powers and rights. But with the territories, it's like the Parliament in Canada gets to like kind of vote on
Justin Trudeau is over all of them? I don't get
how let's go with that.
How is it different? Like, what do you like? So
it's different because when I looked at the Wikipedia page, it said that this was the main difference.
Okay,
I think that pretty much takes care of
How is that in one country? It just sounds weird.
I mean, I don't know, Emily. I don't make the rules. This is Canada. The Mounties do. So, we're going to start, and we're going to go in the order that Wikipedia listed them in, which I thought was by population. And then as I went down, I realized it wasn't. It's not alphabetical. Maybe it's by, like, popularity. Maybe they did, like, a People's Choice Awards. Okay? So, the first is Ontario. We're probably all familiar with that.
It's not a city?
No. See, that I have that issue too. I get confused between which one's a province, which one's a city. Yeah, so with Ontario, the capital is Toronto.
Okay.
Right?
Toronto, okay.
Yeah. Now the population, they've got about 14 million people.
Saw a plane crash there.
Maybe it's not the time for that.
Okay, keep going.
It's close to Minnesota and New York and Michigan, kind of that area.
I would not put Michigan and Minnesota and New York close together, but...
Well, I didn't list all the states because I assume that people know where states are, but you don't. You don't.
No.
But you know that like it might be Toronto, I think, is like south of Detroit or something. Like
yeah, I think so.
So my next section I have here is called But Why? And that's like, why does this place exist?
Okay.
So in Ontario, you got a lot of manufacturing, okay? Mm-hmm. Forestry, they make a lot of cars, and the headquarters of BlackBerry is there.
BlackBerry?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I really wanted one so bad, and I never got one. And it's part of the reason.
Were the days.
I'll never forgive my dad for that. He was like, we're not going to get smartphones. You don't need internet on your phone. And I was like,
you didn't have to have internet to have one. I didn't have internet.
I know, Emily, but my dad wasn't going to pay for it if I did. It was very circular logic on his part. So,
okay.
Now, famous people. If you are a famous Canadian,
there's a lot of famous Canadians.
You are from Ontario.
Well, yeah.
Pretty much, okay? You got Dan Aykroyd, okay? Jim Carrey, Michael Cera, who I used to be in love with, our girl AJ Cook, Ryan Gosling, Eugene Levy, and Catherine O'Hara.
Love them.
Sandra Oh, and Alex Trebek is from Ontario.
Your boy.
For the longest time, I thought he was from Alberta, but I might have just been stupid because according to Wikipedia, he's from Ontario. So,
is Calgary in Alberta?
Yes. Nope. Maybe. Yes, it is.
I know things. It's because I've been there.
All right. Now, the fun facts. Toronto is the raccoon capital of the world.
Oh.
Okay. There's like a ton of raccoons. Like, it's probably not a bragging point for the province, or the city. It's like, they're probably like, we have a real big issue with like littering and like, I don't know, trash and stuff. But in my mind, that's a selling point to me. And Ottawa is in Ontario. And Ottawa is...
capital?
Good job. The capital of Canada.
I was like, what are you asking me? I'm like, isn't there a hockey team there?
Probably. It's Canada. I think they all have a hockey team.
That's true. That's a good point. It's a good guess out of me. Is there a hockey team there?
Yeah. And probably a curling team, too. Yeah.
Curling. How stupid. Keep going.
All right. We're going to talk about Quebec next. Wouldn't Alex Trek... Wouldn't it make more sense if Alex Trebek was from Quebec?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Cool.
Like my friend Carrie from Carrie.
Yeah.
All right, now the capital, you guessed it, Quebec City.
Oop, knew that.
But I introduced a new category for should be capital, and that's Montreal, because that's like the biggest city.
I've heard of that word.
Yep. So this is close to Maine, and only Maine.
Okay.
But why? Natural resources, they've got a big knowledge economy. So it's like aerospace, information, technology, stuff like that. And also, speaking French is a big industry there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to a cafe, not
Parlez-vous
Tim Hortons.
Français.
Look at you, yeah.
That's all I know.
Now, the famous people are Leonard Cohen, Elisha Cuthbert, or Alicia. Is it pronounced Alicia?
I don't know.
It should be illegal to spell Alicia with an E at the beginning, though.
Yeah.
So, Alicia.
That girl.
Celine Dion.
Oh.
And Chris Benoit. The wrestler that, like, his family and himself. Yeah. Don't know how to pronounce it. I mean, it's French, so Benoit.
Benoit, probably.
I mean, if he was from Louisiana, I'd say beignet.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Now, fun facts. You got French people, right?
I wouldn't think that was a fun fact. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's a good point. And poutine is from here, probably because it involves French fries.
Ah, gravy.
Right? Probably because, like, the French fries.
So is poutine just the gravy, or is it the gravy and cheese?
I think it's the whole everything together.
Okay. Yeah, team cheese.
Yeah. All right. Are you saying you want to order one with, like, no gravy?
Yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to talk about Nova Scotia.
Sounds cold.
Probably. Now, the capital is Halifax.
Never heard of that.
Okay. That's fair. The population, you got like 900,000. Like we're getting on up there to 1 million. Okay. It's close to the ocean. Okay. And just the ocean. Yeah. But why? They are the largest exporters of Christmas trees, lobster, gypsum, and wild berries in the world.
Gypsy's cool.
gypsum.
Darn.
Gypsum. It's either an element or a rock of sorts. It's one of the two. Okay. Now the famous people from Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ellen Page.
Mm-hmm.
You got Sarah McLachlan. You got Sidney Crosby. And that is all.
Okay.
Okay.
I have another hair on my lip. Oh, I did.
You're disgusting.
Sorry.
But Sidney Crosby, I recognize him as like a hockey player, but like I couldn't tell you anything else about him other than played hockey.
I know nothing about that person.
Now the fun facts: they eat a lot of seafood because of all the oceans, and they've got like a film industry going.
Oh,
yeah, look at them!
Like we do, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. It's the Wilmington of Canada.
It's the Wilmington. Well, you heard it here first.
Fun facts.
Get your Canadian relatives the Wilmington of Canada shirts this holiday season.
Exactly.
Now next, we've got New Brunswick.
New Brunswick County.
No, but this is just like a whole.
But isn't that the county that Wilmington's in?
Yes, it is. But this is a separate province.
I feel like I'm psychic.
But this is a separate province.
Okay. Tell me about Wilmington 2.0.
It's like one can be Wilmington, one can be Carolina Beach. Okay. Now,
Hanover.
So, the capital is Fredericton. The population is 700,000. Okay, it's close to Maine and the ocean still. Okay, a lot of frozen potato products from here. Ooh. So I appreciate that, right? I can get behind that. And they do some mining of lead, zinc, copper, and it looks like I wrote growing, but I don't think you can. You don't grow copper. You know what? The world will never know. Okay. Famous people. Washington Atlee Burpee. Do you know what he's famous for?
No.
Well, the thing is, I don't either. But no one famous is from here except for Donald Sutherland. So I wrote down Washington Atlee Burpee and Andy Tommy because I thought they were funny names. So there you have it.
Yep.
Now the facts. New Brunswick is like all up in the Appalachian Mountains. Like the whole thing is just like mountains, Appalachian. And they have a large variety of whales there.
Oh, cool.
They'd have one more if I moved there.
I'm not having all that.
Okay. I'll text my brothers and see what they say. Now next, Manitoba won an award for most likely to be a made-up word. Capital. Winnipeg.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now they got 1 million, and it's close to North Dakota and Minnesota, don't you know?
Nope.
Well, you do now.
I do now.
So in my mind, this is like the Midwest of Canada. This is like the, let's have a casserole, and let's all pitch in as a community to share a snowplow. I don't know.
That's all you know about the Midwest?
I think I hit the major high points. Dairy. Okay, now, but why? Well, they've got a big agriculture industry, okay, where they have some cattle and some grains.
Dairy.
Mm-hmm. They do a lot of sunflower seeds and dry beans. Okay. What is a wet bean?
Beans. I was about to say beans that come out of the ground, but don't they all?
Yeah, I'm thinking refried beans would be wet, but you're not growing them.
You have to add to get them wet. Oh, wet.
Siri, what's a wet bean?
Beans that grow in the rainforest.
Like coffee beans? That
Probably.
Might be it. That could be it. Who knows?
Nailed it.
Okay, and they have a lot of military there. I don't fully understand their military deal, so I just
Canada have a military?
I think they do because I wrote military. So
that they only have one military base. That track.
Very well could be it. Now the famous people. We got Monty Hall, Nia Vardalos, Anna Paquin, Paula Abdul, and somebody named Biff Naked. I don't know what that is, but I had to write it down.
I feel like I've heard the name Biff, but it was probably on a TV show.
Yeah, I've definitely heard the name used for someone in the Midwest. But I think Biff Naked is a stage name, right? Your last name wouldn't legit be Naked.
You would have a tough childhood.
You would. So fun facts. It is one of the 3 prairie provinces. The others are Alberta and Saskatchewan. Again, Midwest. And there's a lot of polar bear and beluga whale watching that happens in the area. Now, next we have British Columbia.
I thought that was another name for Canada.
Like the United Kingdom is like England and Wales and what have you. You thought British Columbia wasn't?
For sure. I fully did. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I can see it. Okay. So the capital is Victoria, but what should be the capital? Vancouver. Okay. So you remember them from the
Olympics?
Now they've got 5 million people and they're close to Washington State and the Pacific Ocean.
See, that's why, because they have more people than all the other ones combined. That's why I thought it was Canada.
Yeah, because you definitely knew that they had a high population.
100%.
So they've got a big service industry. They do a lot of logging and mining, right? Lumberjacks come from here.
They are the Vegas of Canada. A lot of people. I feel like there's lumberjacks in Vegas.
I've never seen that on Sister Wives.
Wait. Vegas is the desert and there's no trees.
Didn't we go over this in the biomes lesson?
Never mind. There's no lumberjacks. Never mind. It's not Vegas.
Go home. You're drunk. You're already home.
And I wish I was drunk. But this is
sober science. Now, they call this place Hollywood North because they have a big film industry.
Okay.
And that makes sense, right? Because you see a lot of people, they're like, I was in Canada to film, and they film a lot of stuff up there.
A lot of stuff's filmed in British Columbia, which is why I thought it was Canada.
Like, I watch a lot of Canadian shows lately, or I did before.
I feel like they film a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Before your dad ruined our lives and got rid of Netflix, I watched a lot of stuff there. Now, famous people from here. You got Pamela Anderson, okay, Bryan Adams, Michael Bublé, Kim Cattrall, and Michael J. Fox. So 1/2 of the population of British Columbia lives in Vancouver. And this province has the most vegans and vegetarians.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, more for us.
Yeah. What's your dream? I guess maybe there's less like ocean. So like, because if you're near the ocean and you're like you're not going to eat fish, you're dumb.
I mean, I think it's dumb no matter what. All right. Prince Edward Island, which for the longest time I only referred to as Prince Edward Isle, like ISLE. And I don't know why.
I didn't refer to it at all.
Because you just heard of it for the first time now.
Did not know it existed.
Yep. So the population, they've got 159,000. Okay.
See, nobody lives there.
Yeah. The capital is Charlottetown.
Oh.
Are you going to try to find ways to compare it to North Carolina?
Nope, I'm keeping it in.
Okay, it's close to just more of Canada. Okay, but why? Seasonal agriculture and tourism is a big thing. They grow 1/3 of all of Canada's potatoes here.
Oh, love potatoes.
I do too. And a lot of shellfish. Okay.
Love shellfish. I could live off of shellfish and potatoes.
You really could. You really could. Maybe they do like a low Canadian broil up there.
Yeah.
Now, famous people, Steve Ott and Betty Jean Brown. Ringing a bell? Steve Ott, I don't know, but I feel like I've seen Ott on the back of a hockey jersey. So
I was going to say, I feel like he's got to be a hockey player.
Right. And Betty Jean Brown, Betty Jean is my grandma.
That's what I was saying. I was like, is that your grandma? That's what my great-grandma was born in Canada.
Okay, first of all, no one cares. Second of all, I don't know that you want to, like, brag about.
Well, no, her parents were American, and her dad had a job in Canada, and while they were there, her mom gave birth, so she had to freaking take the test when she turned 18.
That's hilarious.
It's bullshit.
That's so funny.
That would have been so bad.
That's not on your list of approved curse words. It's okay. I don't think anybody's 18 minutes in. All right. Now, the fun facts. This is the smallest by area and population, and it is the only province that has no land boundary. Okay, it's all water.
Oh, okay. So it's an island.
That's the island part of Prince Edward Island. Okay. She just said, "How many do we have left?"
We gotta split this one into two.
I don't think it'll run out of time.
How much time do we have?
I'm sorry, Canada's so vast. Okay, the next one is Saskatchewan. Now, the capital is Regina.
What? Shut up.
Yeah, it is. Which you might recognize from that city being referenced on Degrassi a lot.
Nope, never watched that show.
It's referenced a lot. Should be capital, Saskatoon. Because, right?
Yeah.
You got about 1 million people, and it's close to Montana and North Dakota. Okay, they got a lot of grains and canola and wheat, like, canola oil.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
use that sometimes.
Yeah, so apparently that's a thing that you grow, and then you milk it for oil.
Don't say that.
A lot of beef cattle, potash, which I've heard of, but don't know what it is. It sounds like a volcano thing.
It does. Or like potato ash. Still on the potatoes.
And uranium. So they're like the, North Korea of Canada, I guess. I don't know. Famous people, pretty much every female baseball player in the world is from Saskatchewan. Like, like A League of Their Own. You disappoint me in new ways every day. Lisa Franks, who is unfortunately not Lisa Frank.
Oh,
yeah.
Then why did you put her on the list?
Because I got my hopes up. Okay. Tatiana Maslany, who's, she's on that show. She's on a show where she plays a lot of different people. Orphan Black, I think.
Good for her.
Joni Mitchell, and one Mr. Keith Morrison. Dateline.
Oh my God! Why was I thinking of the creepy the teacher from Glee? I was stuck on him. I was like, why are you telling me about him? Yeah.
All right. Well, Keith, if you're watching this, she just dissed you.
My one true love. I can't believe it. I need to go lay down.
So the fun facts about Saskatchewan is that it is a pretty clean rectangle. Okay.
I thought that said pretty darn rectangle.
That too. And this is where the Mounties are headquartered.
Mooses.
Yeah. Now, next we have Alberta. Capital there is Edmonton. Got 4 million people. Calgary should be the capital of Alberta, as you discovered earlier.
Yep.
And this is just close to Montana. So,
been there.
This is where half of the Canadian beef is from. Okay, you got beekeeping, you got oil and gas, a lot of skiing. Okay, Famous people: Mike Connery, Hillary Duff's first husband. Ted Cruz, remember how he looks like an aardvark?
Ted Cruz, like American senator? I thought he ran for president.
He did. I think it was like he was on a military base. Do we have military bases in Canada? I feel like they wouldn't let us, but I also feel like we wouldn't ask, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it was just like a not politically correct thing to do to ask people for their birth certificates anymore, and so no one questioned it. I don't know. He looks like an aardvark. Nathan Fillion, Corey Monteith.
The Zodiac killer.
He's not the Zodiac killer.
Yes,
but he's not. He's not. And Tegan and Sarah, stop it. White Girl Wednesday does not endorse that viewpoint. Now, the fun facts. It is a rat-free zone. Like, I don't know, they don't have rats. And they have the longest beaver dam in the world. Maybe that's why I think Angry Beavers is Canadian.
Exactly. They probably work from Canada.
Yeah, those beavers. Well,
no, because Canadians
are angry. I don't know.
Okay.
Now, finally, we got Newfoundland and Labrador.
Those are dogs.
We'll get there. Now, the capital is St. John's. You got 500,000 people. It's just close to more of Canada. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of financial services and healthcare stuff there. Okay. Famous people from there. Someone named Johnny Burke. I don't know who that is. Any relation?
No. We're from Chatham County.
And Shannon Tweed, who is Gene Simmons' wife.
Oh.
Yeah. Her twin sister's also from here. Because, they were born. So, fun facts. Yes, it is like the dogs.
Yes.
And it's an island. So, there's no snakes, skunks, deer, or porcupines. They just, never swam over.
No deer.
That's fine.
Deer are cool.
Until you hit them with your car.
Or they hit your car.
Exactly. All right. Now, the territories.
Woo!
Finally, we just got to talk about these 3 territories. Now, Northwest Territories is one. Mm-hmm. Capital is Yellowknife. Got about 45,000 people. It's close to lots of Canada. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is where you have a ton of Inuits and indigenous populations, which they call First Nations in Canada. Okay, Yukon, the capital is Whitehorse. Population 42,000. This borders Alaska. Okay. Whitehorse is the only city in the Yukon territory.
Wow.
And the potatoes that they grow in Canada are actually from Ontario, so I don't know why even call it Yukon. you know?
Yeah.
And finally, we got Nunavut, and the capital is Iqaluit. But like, why is you got Yellowknife, White Horse? Why is this not like blue soap?
Yeah,
I don't know. 39,000 people. It's close to Greenland and the North Pole.
Oh wow.
This is 1/5 of Canada's total landmass.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And no one lives there.
No one lives there.
It's cold.
It's like Siberia.
Mm.
And it's about 75% of the world's narwhals come there at like some point.
Narwhals. For the majority of my life, I thought they were a made-up creature.
I think that a lot of the American propaganda tries to make you think that.
Honestly. Yeah, and I think it was like high school, and I realized they were real.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Thanks for learning about Canadian provinces.
I won't remember.
Hope you guys enjoyed this.